Hello air signs, this is your eclipse energies reading for this coming eclipse. I'm looking at what is coming in with the eclipse, what is going out, because they tend to be almost portals of sorts. And with everything that we've been seeing, you know, that fits, we seem to be in a culmination point. Everything seems to be so wild and weird at the moment. It's as though things are wrapping up and like it's almost like all the timelines are converging and collapsing and everything changes day to day. It's so sort of hard to keep on top of the energies. So yeah, what I'm looking at this is what's kind of going out, so what's culminating, what's coming in, so what the eclipse is trying to bring in, and how those things impact you, and some guidance to deal with it. So far, these have been very linked to the love readings because it's been a strong love element coming in. I've put the sort of like career and like growth interpretations in as best I can as well, obviously, because these are general, so it's not intended to be love specific. So I've tried to put the various ways to read it in. If you would like a personal reading, I'm going to do some purpose readings next because these seem to be highlighting that this is what the eclipse energies are trying to do. So I will also be doing some personals, a special on those with the Starseed Oracle, because this deck is really good for sort of like the spiritual side of growth and what have you. So watch out for the purpose readings, and I'll put information for that in there. For any other personal readings, information will be in the drop down box as usual. I only respond to work related emails. I've received some with people wanting to just kind of chat and make friends and things. I don't if I'm in my email, I'm in my email for work purposes, not sort of chit chat. But you know, if people have questions about things, my Instagram, I don't really use Facebook either because I get a lot of the same. So Instagram, if people have like, you know, need help with particular things, then that's sort of the place to catch me for like advice and links and things like that. But yeah, I don't really have sort of the time to just generally chit chat by messages. What free time I do have generally tends to be taken up by people who want sort of like information or links on meditations and things like that. So yeah, so not to be rude, but I don't respond to sort of personal emails like that. So yeah, that's why I haven't responded to those. What else? That's about it. Like I said, personal reading information is in the drop down box. So if it's information on things like that, then I will pick those up and I will get back to you. Not a lot more to say, I'm going to jump straight in. So, air signs, what is coming to completion with this eclipse energy? Queen of Cups. So, Queen of Cups, this could be like a mum energy. But as an energy, the Queen of Cups, she's psychic and she's, you know, cups are emotions, they're a love energy. So, but the Queen of Cups keeps her cup covered. She doesn't always wear a heart on her sleeve. She's very in tune with both her emotions, her intuition, her logic, her pretty much everything. She's very much in balance, and she uses her intuition as her guide. Not really sure how that's saying about something coming to an end. It could be that some kind of like training that you've been in to bring you to that sort of culmination point where you where you can be intuition led, or working with your divine feminine then that it could be that's coming to a close, but we'll see a bit more as we go through. Maybe that, you know, you've been a little bit too emotionally led, and this is you coming into balance, but we'll see what is coming in with this eclipse energy. This may be you not trusting your intuition, not allowing yourself to be guided by flow, and you're coming to that point where that is what you will do. Far too many to take there. What is the eclipse energy bringing in for water signs, please? Two of Cups, reciprocal love, balanced partnerships, kindred spirits, basically harmony in all things love and relationships, and you couldn't wish for anything better than that. So yes, this is you. This is more of a case of you coming to an end point of being in a cycle where you have been learning to be in this energy, and you are embodying it in order for this to come in. So let's take a look at the impacts of these energies, how these are going to affect you. The Magician, which is about learning to manifest. For some of you, creating your own reality. Some of you could have been going through some kind of like magical initiation. You've been learning about magical arts and things like that. I mean, that's taking this very literally. And this is you stepping into that power. But it can also be about you learning, like, you know, to control like your emotional side, so that you can learn to manifest a lot better. So you're not manifesting. So she knows she's in control of her subconscious, and quite often when we think negative and we react on emotion, we are manifesting more of the same stuff to us. So this looks to me like some kind of conscious creation. You're learning to control your emotions in order to control what you bring into your life. The Ace of Pentacles, so that's some kind of opportunity at a material level, which would fit nicely with the Magician, because if you learn to manifest things, you're manifesting yourself new opportunities. And it could be like financial windfalls and abundance. And you're really stepping into your power and taking control over your own reality, so that everything you need finds its way to you. It's like you've come into balance emotionally, mentally. The Eight of Pentacles, yeah, mastery. And for some of you, I feel like this may be like a run of really bad relationships, where you've like realised that by being overgiving and being not trusting your intuition, you've been able to allow lots of negative energy, you know, manipulative people, that kind of thing, come into your world, and you're realising now that you control that. You can prevent that by not settling for less than what you deserve, by not being sort of overrun by emotions, not relying on people outside of you for like supply to self-esteem. You've learnt your power and your worth, and that giving away your power, like needing someone else to validate you emotionally. And this is like a real levelling up. You've sort of come to realise that you're creating your own world and you're taking charge over that. And with the Two of Cups being here, yes, we've got another reading that's edging more on relationships. But this can refer to, it can be work, it can be all connections in your life. These are coming into harmony now, the harmonious, because of the fact that you know, you're not overgiving anymore. It's equal give and take, it's equal reciprocity, and if people aren't going to put in the same as what you are, then you're not putting in. And that's basically how it is. And in doing so, you've mastered that energy flow, and you're going to become sort of a creator of a much better reality for yourself. Tell me some guidance with this Magician energy, please. Far too much to take there. What's jumping out was the Strength card, which would verify everything I've just said. Guidance to work with this Magician energy, please. Six of Cups. So this is like nostalgia, soulmate energy. Can be healing inner child wounds, or it could be things to do surrounded by, like working with children in some way. Embracing your inner child. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is some kind of inner child healing that you've done. And you've realised that allowing whatever this was to, it can be things from your adulthood as well, but they generally tend to stem from wounding in childhood that makes you behave in certain ways or accept certain behaviours. And it's as though you've gone right back into all this wounding and you've got control over it. If you haven't, then this is what you need to do. This is like inner child work in order to heal that inner child and those emotional wounds that are ruling you emotionally and impacting on everything else that you are trying to create in your world. This could be a hint to connect with a soulmate. A hint to connect with somebody from your childhood. Something like that. We'll see what comes out with clarifiers. Guidance for the Ace of Pentacles, please. Having the Magician and the Eight of Pentacles as well, that's amazing. That's like a real control over creating your reality. Something turned over there. Ace of Pentacles, guidance for the Ace of Pentacles, please. Too many to take. One, please, for the Ace of Pentacles, because I will be taking clarifiers. So if there's anything else you would like to say, it can be said with the clarifier. Guidance for the Ace of Pentacles, please. It's like you manifested yourself a new opportunity by coming into this balance. It could be a new opportunity as well, something that needs mastery. It can be that there's a door opening on a new opportunity. It could be like for work or a course of study or something like that. And that you'll be doing something completely new and you will need to work towards mastery. This Magician, it's such a strong reminder that you create your own reality, and if you want these opportunities, if you want your world to be abundant and you manifest what you want towards you. The Hierophant, which is in this deck, it's divine guidance, can be Taurus energy. But it's like a teacher energy to me. The Hierophant card is a priest. It can work in like institutions like banking, law, schools, that kind of thing. So I feel like where this is work concerned and work related, this could be you going after some new career path involved in some like institutionalized sector, so like say teaching or things like that. And I feel like this is maybe due to some healing that you've done. For some of you, this is like you've come to these realizations, you've done this inner work, and you've kind of realized that this is where your, almost where your purpose lies to some degree. You know, maybe school was really difficult for you because you were bullied, and you know the scarring from that has completely controlled you until you've done all this healing. Now you want to go into that yourself in order to, you know, make a difference to others. You want to go into teaching in order to, you know, sort of be that. It's got a feeling of some kind of mastery that you've come to, and you are now wanting to use that knowledge practically. Tell me something about the Eight of Pentacles, guidance for that, please. Ooh, 2 8s. We've got the 8 of Wands. Swift change, communication, travel through the air for some. So, but this is like mastery and swift change and communication. Maybe that you've mastered one thing and you want to move on to another. So again, like I say, you've mastered your own healing, and now you want to apply what you've learned and mastered to another situation. You want to apply it to going into that sector where, into a sector where you can use that to help others, like say social work or something like that. So you're going to take on a course of study in order to be able to make that difference to others. Tell me something about the Queen of Cups, please. Explain the Queen of Cups to me. It's almost like for some of you as well, I feel like the Queen of Cups could be like a mum energy. Maybe some of you weren't ready for children, and now you are. Don't know why I'm picking that up. That's going to be specific for somebody. Give me something about the Queen of Cups, please. Explain to me why the Queen of Cups is in this energy of leaving. I'm going to take all these because I tell a tale. So we've got justice. So that is something, some like justice coming into balance, like something, it could be like justice being done regarding some situation. For some of you, this could be justice regarding a mother situation. If you were dealing with a neglectful parent or something like that, this is some kind of justice on that front. The world is ending that cycle, like I say, and stepping forward into a new one. Strength, using those things that you've learned. And then the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment, but it can be going out and actively seeking it. So I feel like there's just like breakthroughs and balance, and this is like the cycle culminating now of like, think of it like Earth School. You know, the majority of our life and the things that we encounter and go through are lessons. And this feels like one massive, massive culmination point for you where everything makes sense. Everything you've experienced. And instead of being angry, bitter, hurt, controlled by it, you've like realised that, well, actually, no, I'm allowing this to continue ruling my life. If I continue to hold on to this, I'm giving power to it, and losing my own power. And this is just like this complete reclamation of power. And being like, not only am I going to drain it, you know, to like cut off its power supply to me, I'm going to use it to make the world a better place. It's amazing. This is really deep, really, really deep. This is like somebody's life completely changing. This is just absolutely fantastic. Tell me something about this Two of Cups, please. You need to be so proud of yourself, because the strength of energy that's coming with this is just... the Page of Cups and the Hermit. So that's some kind of surprise. Can be like a sudden spark of creative inspiration. And the Hermit is like a need to withdraw and retreat and like soul searching. It's not seeing the path all the way in front of you, but it's knowing it's illuminated a few steps at a time, and just like going with that, following it. So I feel like either you've been blocked off to love and something's coming in where this is love related. This is like some like realization. And it's like you're going on the journey where you can't see exactly where it's taking you. It's like towards this Two of Cups, but you know that it's important for you, it's important for your evolution. It's definitely like some kind of surprise, but in a good way, that it could be like this inner, the Two of Cups, it could be, like as I've said, you're coming into balance with yourself. So because you've come into this balance with yourself, that's what this soul work has been. And like it's aligning you with somebody who is on that same path and that same wavelength. Hermit can be Virgo energy, as can Gemini. So we've got that there twice. We've got Libra. We've got Leo, we've got Taurus, and we've got Pisces, or is she Cancer? Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces with the Queen of Cups. We've got all signs with the World, to be honest, so yeah, I feel like a surprise romance. And it's something that's going to be slow building, but this too, you know, like it is somebody who you know is like a soulmate. So, right, tell me something about the Magician, please. I think the impact this Magician is having, that's too much. Oh no, yeah, it isn't too much. I'll take one, please. Still getting to releasing burdens so that you can move forward. Yeah, this is the Ten of Wands, is a completion of carrying around something that's just weighing you down. That's exactly what you've done, and now you're flying. Realising that something else is, you know, like somebody else, some other situation or circumstances had all this power over you. It's held you back, it's held you down. And now you've just like realised it, you're releasing that, and boom, you're going forward. The Chariot is like a real leap forward in energy and growth and development. Tell me something about the Ace of Pentacles, please. This is so deep. Wheel of Fortune. So this is definitely some kind of good fortune. This feels to me like there is some big financial reward coming in for some of you. Could be like some kind of payout or settlement for something. But the Wheel of Fortune with the Ace of Pentacles also says to me like being put in alignment with destiny. Like karmic rebalance, karmic repayal. It's like because not seeing things through a victim mentality anymore and being proactive and going at something, like the universe is just suddenly opening all these doors for you. Tell me something about the Ace of Pentacles, please. It's like a turning point that's putting you in line with something like a new and abundant in all ways, financial, material, emotional opportunities. Six of Cups again. So, like I said, the Eight of Pentacles is like mastery, working really hard. So this could be working really hard on that inner child healing, like I've said. And for me, it's soulmate energy. Can be past life soulmate as well. So for some of you, this could be like past life information coming through because you've mastered something in this lifetime. Like I say, all of a sudden, you realise why you're here. You realise why you've taken on these harsh lessons in this harsh life, because you're going to use that to move forward. You're going to use that to change the world for the others, like end the karmic cycles. You know, it stops with me type of thing. So it's like a recognition and a mastery at the soul level. And again, it could be alignment with a soulmate. You've mastered something, you've mastered a bunch of lessons, and this soulmate energy is appearing. So Six of Cups explains to me, please. Too much. Eight of Swords showing though, which is mental imprisonment, keeping yourself mentally trapped, which I feel is what you freed yourself from. Page of Pentacles, new opportunity. So, yeah, that's that. Like, taking on a new college course or going after a new job. That kind of thing. So, yeah, it's very much an energy of, like, leaving things in the past that are hurtful, having healed things that you're going to use going forward for yours and other people's benefit, and that's presenting its new opportunity. This could be, again, a person coming forward, offering an opportunity. So it may be that, I don't know, you take on a course to become a social worker, and you're going to meet this Two of Cups person through that, or it's just like everything is aligning because you've suddenly seen the purpose in it, and it's like this movement forward is just going to be thing after thing after thing after thing of good stuff. Or even when it's there's certain things that maybe don't seem good on the surface, you're going to understand that it's because, you know, something is occurring, the universe is doing this for a reason, and accepting that and not fighting against it. Tell me something about the Hierophant, please. Too much to take there, but the Ace of Pentacles showing itself again. King of Swords, so that's like a truth, clarity, understanding, integrity. Four of Swords, which is meditation, so that things can become clear. Judgment. So, as I'd said, there could be some kind of settlement coming in. That's in this area. It's like good fortune, a payout, and a judgment in that favour. Divine guidance, this is like I say, it can be like legal. Can also be seeking divine guidance in order to make a very important judgment call. Knowing that something you decide and your actions will affect others. And being conscious of doing the right thing, even if it's not always the easy thing. Tell me something about the Eight of Wands, please. This all feels like so specific. Definitely feel there's some kind of financial payout or windfall that's coming somebody's way. Could to do with a father energy as well. Could be some kind of like settlement. But with whatever's clearing out, something is coming in that's going to make you financially and materially stable as well. For those who it isn't going to be like an instant windfall or like a surprise win of some description, it's going to be, you know, it could be that you meet somebody who's really stable and well off. The King of Pentacles can be an earth energy. Taurus specifically, we've got Taurus twice there. So there's a lot of Taurus coming through. Please make sure you check out the love readings as well, because Taurus is facing a lot of karma. Although I don't just feel it was for Taurus, I feel that reading was for a lot of people. But if you are dealing with a Taurus or a father energy, I would check that out, because we've got a lot of similar energies going on here in a lot of it. It's like swift change. As I was saying, you could be meeting somebody with money. This is somebody who like runs their own business. They're really well off financially. They're stable. They're grounded. They're supportive. It's a brilliant read. Don't really know what much more to say. I mean, you know, it's powerful energy. You know how it fits you and your particular situation. Make sure you check out the purpose readings. I mean, I think I've pretty much already covered for you that what your purpose is, because obviously dealing with in whatever traumas that you've encountered and using that for the greater good. But I will still do these purpose readings. Maybe go, you know, we might get something a bit more specific from that. But yeah, this is just really good energy. Make sure you work with it if you're not quite at the stage where, you know, you've had all these realizations and know that these are coming. And it's like learning to see everything from a different perspective so that you can use it for your gain instead of allowing it to control you. So it's like, you know, this complete reclamation of control, because you've released something. Whatever had power over you and was holding you back, was weighing you down and burdening you, you're claiming that power back, releasing that burden and moving forward at high speed. And we've got the high speed twice with the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. So this is like swift changes coming in. It's just all about sort of your understanding. Perhaps a judgment call or two to be made, but yeah, amazing. We'll leave that there. Air signs, thank you.